Okay, once you get all of your animals cut out, I want you to open all the Photoshop files in Adobe Photoshop by doing a File, Open, going to your iDrive, and opening each file. Okay? Once you have all 5 files open, I would like you to do a File, New. Now we're going to make the basically piece of paper that you're going to create your animal in. Okay? So you want to do a File, New. I want you to name it with your last name, underscore crazy creature. Okay, so CC, underscore your grade level, which is 6, and your class period, which will be either periods 5 or period 6. Okay? Make sure that the width and height are set for inches. You want your width to be 8 and your height to be 10 inches. Resolution should be 300 and color mode should be RGB. Actually, it should be CMYK. Okay? Make sure your background says transparent. When your screen looks like this, I want you to hit OK, and a new file is created. Once it's created, I want you to do a File, Save As, save it in your iDrive. I'm going to save mine to my desktop in my folder I've created for these tutorials. Now I just have to find them. Crazy creature. There we go. Okay. Save it as Photoshop file, click OK for format options, and there. Now your file has been made. Now, to get all of our animals into this file, I want you to click the black arrow, click on your first animal, which mine is my clownfish. I'm going to click on it and drag it into my file that is named with my last name. Then I can close that file, go to my next file, which is a boxer. Okay, use the black arrow tool, click on the boxer's head or your animal's head, and drag it into the file with your last name. Now I'm only doing this with 2 animals because you'll get the point, but you need to do that with all 5. Okay? Now, I want to put my boxer's head on my clownfish. So to make it a little smaller, would like to do a Control-T to transform my boxer so he's a little bit more proportionate to my fish body. And we can put them on right there. That looks pretty good. Okay? Now, to make it really look like this dog's head is on my fish body, I'm going to put a layer mask on my dog's head. Okay? So make sure you're clicked on the layer that you want to start masking out, or the layer you want to work on, which is my boxer. So I'm going to double click the word layer, and I'm going to name this layer boxer. I'm going to click layer 2, that's my clownfish. Okay, that way I know which animal is on each layer. Now you need to do this, you can lose points in your project if you don't name your layers. Okay, so make sure you name your layers. So click on the layer you would like to work on, then click this button down here. It looks like a gray rectangle with a circle in the center. Click that. That adds a layer mask to that layer. Now, the layer mask is this rectangle to the right. If you are clicked on this rectangle on the left-hand side and try to mask things, you're going to draw on your picture, not on the layer mask. So make sure you're clicked on the rectangle to the right in order to work on that layer mask, okay? Now, to begin using the layer mask, you want to click your paintbrush tool. Make sure that your black paint is on the top, so to swap paint, just click this double arrow right here in your toolbar. And what a layer mask does is it hides what you don't want to use. Just like a Halloween mask hides your face on Halloween, a layer mask paints out the parts of the picture that you don't want shown. So it just hides it. So if I make a mistake and accidentally paint on my dog's head like that, okay, it's not gone forever. I can always just click on this double arrow, bring the white paint up, and re-show that part of the picture that I masked out. Okay, so it's just hiding things. It's like hide and seek for pixels. Okay, so now I'm going to begin to mask out this part of my boxer's head that I'm not going to use. Now, my suggestion is to change the opacity to 75%. Okay, this will give you a nice blurry edge. And see how it's only taking away 75% of my dog? That's good. Okay, it'll give you a little bit more to work with. going to take a couple more clicks, but in the end, your project will look a lot nicer. Now, when you're masking, you want to choose one of these brushes, okay? These brushes that look blurry right here, these are called feathered brushes. By using a feathered brush, you get a nice soft edge. See that nice soft edge? It looks blurry on the edge of my boxer's head right here, okay? That is a nice soft edge. It will give the illusion that your boxer's head blends into my fish's body, okay? So you just want to do a little bit at a time, okay? A couple clicks. Get it to where you like it. I'm going to mask out some more here, this part. And if you realize that you need to transform it again to make it look like it's really on your fish body, which I think I'm going to do, you just want to do a Control-T. Go from one of your corners, hold the Shift key on your keyboard, and make it a little smaller. Okay? When you get it the size you want, you can just hit Enter on your keyboard, and that says, I want to keep that selection. Then you can keep masking out. Okay? I think I'm only going to mask a little bit more my boxer just to make him look like he's really on my fish. Okay, now to move your object around, your animal's head around, you click your black arrow tool. Okay, now, if I zoom out a little bit, it looks like my boxer's head is on my fish. Okay, you want to do that with all of your body parts, with all of your animals. You want to take each animal, bring it in, mask out the parts you don't want to use, and start assembling your crazy creature in Photoshop. Okay, once you get all your body parts in, I want you to continue to mask, okay, on each one of the body parts. I want you to just knock your opacity down to about 40% and go around the edges. This will soften the edge of your animal just a little bit, okay? It'll give it a nice soft edge. You don't have to do it a lot. It just makes your cuts look a little bit more refined and will help in that convincing nature of this crazy creature that you've begun to create. Okay, so you just want to blend the edges of your animals. Once everything's blended, we need to first we need to crop this file. See how big my photo is right now? You want to use your crop tool, which is in your toolbar, and crop around your animal. That cuts, it's like using scissors. It cuts the piece of paper down. Okay, so now there's my animal. After we do that, we need to change the hue and saturation, which I'm going to show you in the next tutorial. Okay, so right now, we're just bringing all of our animals into Photoshop, beginning to mask them out, and blurring the edges. Okay, so in the next tutorial, I'll show you how to make them crazy colors and help them blend together. All right?